Today and all month, we are celebrating the successful and empowering women in our communities as International Women's Day kicks off the month of March. I'm very honored to be joined by Canadian professional footballer Diana Matheson. Now, to give a bit of a background, Diana currently plays for Kansas City in the NWSL, National Women's Soccer League, and the Canadian national team. She previously played for the Washington Spirit and also has played in top division league in Norway. She is best known for scoring the bronze medal winning goal for Canada in the 92nd minute against France at the 2012 Summer Olympics. She also won a bronze medal at the 2016 Rio Olympics and gold medal at the 2011 Pan American Games with the senior national team. Also inducted in the Canadian Olympic Hall of Fame. Now, I might as well pull out a long list. You have done so well for yourself, so beyond successful, but most of all, thank you so much for being here with me today.
Thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
So, Diana, you've played the sport. You love to watch the sport, and being a woman in sport, what does International Women's Day mean to you?
I think it's always a day that we know as a national team, as a woman athlete, as a woman trying to be high performance in this world. I think it's a day we always mark on the calendar for sure. I think as I've gotten older, as a player and as a role model, I think it's a day where you make sure you take a very positive stance as someone in the media, you know, for those young players coming up behind us. I think it's a day to put your stake in the ground, to see where you're at and to say what you're going to do in the years ahead.
Looking back at your career, I'm sure there's been a lot of influential moments, but did you ever have to prove yourself at any point in your career to have people really know that you belonged where you belonged?
Well, I think when I was a younger player, I wasn't a part of the national team pathway. So that was something where I had to just put my head down and keep playing. I wasn't identified early kind of for those under 17 national team camps, under 20 national team camps. And a lot of my friends and teammates were at the time. I think I had coaches who believed in me. My parents believed in me and just wanted to have fun and keep playing. And I continued to push and play just because I loved to play. And fortunately, more opportunities came my way later down the line, and I was able to make the national team.
Well, hard work definitely pays off. And speaking of hard work paying off, you were inducted into the Canadian Olympic Hall of Fame. Can you tell us a little bit about receiving this award and what it meant to you and being on stage, just all of it?
It was pretty special for two reasons. The first, of course, it's a huge honor to be in the Olympic Hall of Fame. I don't think most of us for most of our careers thought we would get to that point. We were always a team for 10 years who was almost going to do something. And then London 2012 really was a dream come true. So dream come true was the first reason. Second reason is I hadn't seen those women in 10 years, some of them, and almost everyone was there. The staff was there. And for us just to get back together, have the opportunity to have dinner together, go to the Hall of Fame event, go out celebrating afterwards, that was just as much fun and an honor.
A little bit of reunion and reminiscing all in one with the side of award, right?
Yeah, not bad.
So, yeah, not bad at all. You know, being a successful woman and looking back at the evolution of how women in sports has changed and how everyone's trying to make things better and more equal for women in the sports industry. What do you think the sports world needs to do more to see success in women in sport?
Investment is the answer. I think it's becoming more and more clear in the last 10 years, certainly, that women's sport is a good investment and it is only going to keep growing. It's still undervalued. It still doesn't get enough media attention. And as it does, it's only going to increase in value and get more and more popular and more on televisions. And I think it's just going to continue exploding. I think so. Investment, dollars and cents. Put it on TV. Get professional clubs in Canada. Build a domestic league in Canada. Like these are kind of the next steps for us, and it will only keep growing. I think a lot of people last year when the pandemic hit said, "Oh, that's it for women's sport. Like that's going to be the first thing to go." It had such good momentum, and that's going to be it. And I think you saw the opposite. I think you saw the NWSL in the US and the WNBA thrive in viewership when a lot of other sports were dipping because women's sport is more inclusive. Generally, it has great messaging. And it's genuinely fun to watch. And you saw it grow in 2020 despite the pandemic. And I think there's nothing stopping it now.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time with us today. And it was so great chatting with you. And we really appreciate you being so influential and celebrating all the women on International Women's Day.
Thanks so much for having me. It was a pleasure. Great to see you.